Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille at Fifth House Bloom. This message is for everybody. I was walking out the door and I got a ping, so here we are. Didn't even have time to put no makeup on, barely had time for my lip gloss. So let's get into it. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering this message for the collective. I ask that you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. I ask that you open up our minds so that we may bloom. I ask that you open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. I ask for assistance in delivering this message with clarity, empathy, and ease. Give thanks. Give me a second. Okay. So, what I felt before setting everything up was an energy of, what's the best way to describe it? It was coming through as a fighting energy, and I don't necessarily mean a conflict. I really mean in defense of, in a way, a sort of advocacy, a way of making sure that you have what you need, that you can operate from a place of exercising your will, from a place of being able to create, from a place of being able to live from the heart, and what things need to be in place, what things have to happen in order for that to be so. And so really, whatever is going on, it feels like this timing and energetically, there's a lot of support to remove some blocks. Okay, the card, I pulled a card before we got here, and then I tried to start recording the video, and it came out twice. The Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. Here, what came out, we have a tight house, clarity and organization. It came in reverse, and it feels like it is supposed to be. Right here is what things have to happen for you to be living from a place of your power. Can we get more specific on that? Okay, say we will. And so this is a collective message, but there's several places that we might need to focus on, right? You will know best for yourself. Personally, what are some of the mindsets? What are some of the habits and behaviors that are keeping you from living in your fortune? Externally, more in the material world, what are the blocks for you to be able to exercise from your will? Some examples might be your time, the amount of time that you have for something or where your time is going. It could be money. It could be credentials. It could be whatever, right? Thinking about what are the resources, what are the things that one might have to have. This is kind of feeling like, so yeah, what do you have to have for your house to be in order, right? But, okay, slow down, Ashley. This is, you might have a specific goal in mind, right? For some it is specific, but overall, like as a collective energy, it is looking at, the current systems that we have in place and the current systems that we live within that help or hinder our ability to be a creative force in our life. So like on an individual goal level, right? This might look like there's a job you want. They require 10 years of experience doing a very particular job. You've only got 2 years of experience doing that, but you've been working for 10 years, okay? Then you pull out all of those other years of experience and then apply it to here. So what looked like a block, what was a block, because it's like, oh, I don't have enough experience. I don't have what I specifically need. Yes, you do. You kind of gotta game it a little bit, right? Um, that felt a little weird. What was that about? Okay, so right now with this timing, they are saying that some of these blocks, these actual restrictions can be we're getting a rope to get over the wall, right? But it's an active energy. It's not one of just sit around and it's gonna happen for you. It's just gonna come to you. This is about action. This is about stepping up. This is about putting ourselves in the best opportunity for us to start to shift in a place where we are living in dedication to making our dreams and goals come true, right? And so, even right now, there, if you have some very specific ones, it is supportive. But again, going back, this is an overall energy about how we move, and how we can shift our approach to making things happen for us. The last card, I don't even think I got here. 49, skywriting, the fates, and I'm being asked to read this. I had a 5, a 1, a 4. Skywriting. The fates, that which we cannot change. 9, non-judgment. It is written in the sky that you have a destiny. You are being invited to explore certain aspects of life unique to you and you alone. That does not mean your path will be easy, paved with gold and littered with diamonds, nor does this predict that your journey will be treacherous. It is just your path, which with parts, it is just your path with parts that cannot be changed and must be radically accepted as they are. This feels very different than what I was just saying. Where are we going? In this way, whatever you are faced with, every single aspect of your life is perfect and it's imperfect. Not good or bad, neither inflow nor blocked, nor this nor that. See your life as a series of opportunities rather than an obstacle course. Once you master the skill of non-judgment, you open the power of curiosity unencumbered by the burdens of yesterday's fear. As you look ahead and the potential of the future, yes, you still need to be brave. Right now, you are facing a critical moment in time with an opportunity to meet your fate, a choice point where you expand your influence and your capacity for abundance, love, and purposeful action. Now is the moment to leap into it. Whether it be a heart connection, a call to creativity, or a new identity in your work, or another area of life, with all your heart and soul, your success is surely written in the stars. In order to bring your destiny to fruition, you must jump into the adventure with both feet and do your part. Give me a second, because they're trying to embarrass me. Okay. So there's something about, are you exerting your will in the right place? Do you have clarity on what it is you are seeking, and are the actions supportive of that? This is a knowing when to fight as well, knowing what to fight for as well. I'm using the word fight, right? But again, it's not conflict necessarily. It is a, what is worth it? What am I dedicated to? What am I putting my energy into? But there is a sense of defense. And here it feels like the goal. Here it feels like the dream. Here it feels like you're right to be creative and to live from this place. Okay. And so it is making sure that where you are fighting, where you are exerting, where you are placing your dedication is in support of that. This is now either the time to shift or it is the time to go harder. So what I'm hearing with the skywriting and the fates is not to fight losing battles, but to fight the ones that are worth it. And so it's an understanding of that. And so right now it feels like our energy just could be going towards what is familiar, what we are used to, just keeping things going, staying in the not flow, right? Because this or not just going along kind of to get along. And so there is to be a shift into what is actually more aligned to you, the real flow, okay? The real flow. Because right now it feels like an internal battle. It feels like in a battle with the external, or it feels like a disconnection from what is your fate. And so the things have to be to get in order. The energy needs to be shifted that is more supportive of this. And right now it feels like the time. So it is an unblocking. It is an unburdening. It is an untangling. It is a simplifying or a decluttering in a sense. Because when I say simplify, I don't mean simple, but it's kind of like getting to the nitty gritty of it all for what you want and having the support of that. Okay? Having support during this time for that. Read Fortune's Wheel. No, not yet. So there's something coming through about like hopefulness and not being defeated. I'm hearing like creating your own opportunities, but again, it's just more of a taking action on what you want. Using your power, using your influence. Give me a second. Because it's so, like right now, whatever it is, it's just so like forceful. And I do just mean like the sheer power behind it. I don't mean like a violation of anyone's boundaries or destruction necessarily. Well, there might be some destruction that has to happen. But I don't mean this as a, what's the word? Overpowering somebody or manipulation. Like, it's not about that, right? It's just about moving within your will and for your will, not at the expense of anyone else. The word is it's a simple word. I can't even think about it. It's not domination. But it is like the power of the sun, right? It's like you have, and so that might be coming up for some, because this is an interesting dynamic, especially with the fight energy, right? You might be in positions where you feel that is necessary. You might actually be in some kind of fight, battle, conflict, maybe in relationship, maybe in a legal situation, whatever it may be. That the message is kind of, and think about this for individual as well, in the way that you are approaching your own growth. in the way that you're approaching trying to get things done, because the message about the sun is like that it has the ability to give life, but to also to destroy when you do too much. And so this is about the fine tuning of giving just enough of what we need in order to flourish. Because when we go too far on the other end, where it's like the blazing, just sitting out in the sun, you burn to a crisp, right? It was too much. And then if something is in the shade or it doesn't have enough, it won't really take off. It won't flourish. And so you're moving out of the shade and you're trying not to get too far. You don't want to get into that burn zone. And so that's what this feels like it's about, especially with this reorganization, this decluttering, this finding the clarity, this making sure home is in order in whatever way. I don't mean just like literal home. I mean just like our conditions, our circumstances, our resources, our minds, our thoughts, our hearts, in order for us to be able to receive the power from the sun. And in this case, what is life-giving, particularly for us, okay? So identifying that, I know I'm going roundabout ways, like in your life, what is life-giving? What is life-sustaining? What is nurturing, right? And we are trying to feed this in a place, focus our attention on this in a way so that this will be the place from which we move going forward. Right now, it feels like collective message, but we're not moving necessarily from and for our will. Moving from urgency, moving from insecurity, moving out of attachment, moving from unmet needs and wounding, moving from ego, right? But there's some energy, some supportive energy to get us back onto this path. Our path, our individual path. Read Fortune's Wheel. Luck and right timing, a turn of fortune. The Fortune's Wheel is a sign that luck has found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch and everything turns to gold. There is nothing you can do wrong. You only need to hold what you desire as your intention and it becomes true. Do not waste this power on trifling things. Dream big, for surely this opportune moment will pass. Such is the nature of Fortune's Wheel. Use the creative power of the Fortune's Wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. Use it only for your own gain, and you will be left impoverished and with the bitter taste of squandered opportunity. Damn. Fortune's Wheel comes unannounced. And that's that timing, and this being a place for us to be able to do this work. Notice the early signs, the coincidental encounters, the seemingly magical and synchronous events that herald its arrival. That call, that email, that invitation, that chance encounter was no accident. They all were choreographed by Fortune. Pay attention, pay attention. I'll come back to that. Do not wait any longer. Carpe diem. Recall your boldest and noblest longing and invite it into your life. This invitation is all that is required. And so that feels like that opening yourself up to the opportunities and being ready to take action. These synchronicities are really, really, really important, right? Because it's letting you know that you're on the right path and it's continuing to create more opportunities. You signal, you let, universe, spirit, everything know that you are ready by listening, by paying attention, by taking them up on that, right? And those are the steps. I was out with my friend yesterday who wants, I don't believe she will mind sharing, she wants to be in, do events. That's making it real life, but here we are. We're out, we're eating, we keep seeing somebody coming in and out of this back door at the cafe we're at. And so she asked somebody, she's like, what's back there? And he was like, you want to come see? So we get up and we go, and it's this whole event space. It is this place for hosting. Come to find out, they do catering, and they host and all of that. And also are looking for like an event coordinator. They haven't had the time to do it anymore. The exact thing, well, not the exact thing, but a version of the thing that she wants to do. So they exchange information, right? So it's synchronicities and things like that, but even the step to take it, right? To allow yourself to be open to the fate, to be open to what fortunes are available to lead you on your path. Is this the last step? I don't know. Unlikely I see her growing like even more outside of that. But it's taking those messages of I see your dreams and I'm showing you what is possible and I'm putting you in the position to continue to create for and within that dream, right? Even if they don't end up working together, now you have that sign, now you have that encouragement, now you have that message, now you have more information of what is possible. Okay? And so these things, pay attention to where this is popping up for you. Pay attention to where you were seeing this and follow up on it. Follow up on it. Okay? The goal is not to have it. The goal is not for that one particular thing to work out. It is to get you closer. It is to expand your opportunity. It is to expand your vision. It is there to power your dreams. So where are these synchronicities showing up for you? And how? Okay. And this is telling you, I feel like with these synchronicities, with these fated events, with these encounters, it's giving you information on where to tidy up, where to clean up, where to prepare, right? So it's like a telling you, I don't know, again, going back to like the job opportunity or whatever, you see the person doing the thing that you want to do, you figure out that you need so-and-so this and so-and-so that. Okay, now you know, like the information was presented to you, so now you know what you need to do to prepare and you start to shift around that. I hope that made sense, right? We got the Lovers. Actions to support. So this. What do you want me to know about the Lovers? Commitment, decisions. Aligned commitments. 9 of Pentacles. This is beautiful energy. One more, please. It's like sitting on, it's like this is sitting on their head. And putting it in the ray of the sun, putting it in a position for it to take off. Coming back to this skywriting, there's a sense of like, you might be feeling some disillusionment. You might be feeling some doubt. Show put some doubt in me. But again, coming back that this is supported, that you are to take action. We have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, and then the King of Pentacles come back. So this is building energy for sure. This is building energy for sure. And so you might just need to make the commitment to it. That might be for some, the first step is actually just making the commitment, actually just saying out loud that you want it, actually just taking that initial opportunity to build you up to the dream that you want. Okay, because this King of Pentacles, this is long term. This is legacy energy. This is your kingdom energy, right? And this is that all around you. This is that all around you. What do you want me to do with this? What are we supposed to do? because I see it and it's lovely and it's gorgeous. Oh, I gave the instructions. Okay, thank you. So we are at the initial stages. We are at the beginning. And again, this is about the way that we move in order to create for ourselves. I see a process here. I see a scaling in a sense. I see okay, coming back to that message about the sun, working with who, how is appropriate for the stage that you are at, and that being okay, right? Part of it is removing that urgency from it so that you could scale, so that you can grow, that is at a rate that is sustainable and allows you to keep your house, your metaphorical house, in order at each stage in each step. Okay? Do not be discouraged that it is not happening fast. Do not be discouraged that it is happening in steps. And whether it is flowing or whether you are having some challenges with that, the timing is appropriate, and stay within the appropriate timing. Not only the appropriate timing, having the, how are we going to explain this? Using what is appropriate, using what is necessary with the focus to sustain that level as you grow. The goal is sustaining as you grow, as you go deeper, right? This could apply to anything. This can apply to relationships. This can apply to work. This could apply to your own personal growth, okay? And so what we are doing now is moving forward, taking action, exerting our will, but we're sustaining the growth that we have already built while expanding the capacity for more at an appropriate level. Because you can't, what is it? Do not put, how do I say this? What it takes to maintain a castle is different than what it takes to maintain one of the bricks you use to build it. They require different things. When you just have a brick, even if your goal is to build your castle, the process, what you need, how you move, what you put into it, what your focus is for that brick is different than what is needed to maintain a castle. The needs are even different, right? Like the focus is very different from, oh, here's this brick. I'm inspired now to build a castle, right? That requires a different focus. That requires different skills. That requires different resources from here now I have the castle. You know, you're not as worried, even your concern about that brick or those individual bricks is very different at this stage. And so this is kind of just coming through as a make sure what you're doing is appropriate for the stage that you are at in order to get you to your goals, right? Yeah, we're keeping the castle in mind, but what it actually takes once that castle is there is not required for that brick. And that brick energy is different than that castle energy. I hope that was clear, right? But that's all this is, and it's becoming more clear, and it's becoming more focused. It's becoming more directed in the way that we are exerting our energy in for our dreams, right? Because some of us might be doing too much or putting too much, right? That's that burning in the sun. That's being too much in the force of the sun based off of where we are. We don't have the need for that amount of output from the sun and input into ourselves. I hope I'm being clear. And so that's what this is about, right? Um, because the timing is supportive of us to get to the next level, but we also need to come into order in order for that. Oh, that's making that fate's message a lot clearer about the way that we're pushing and the obstacles in the work. Thank you. Thank you. Goodness. Because it was saying, like, don't turn it into an obstacle course, blah, 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 blah. We're doing too much. In some ways, we are doing too much for where we are at right now. And if we fine tune our resource, if we kind of channel that energy in a way that is appropriate for the stage that we are currently at, we will get to this castle anymore. In a way that's more aligned. Okay. Is that the message? So go through. This could be, again, this applies to all. You could do this very, you pick an area. It is feeling like, for some, if this isn't resonating for a particular thing and you have your natal chart information where and how Capricorn shows up for you, there might be some information about this is where to focus it. But you can literally go through and kind of evaluate the way that you are using your resource, money, time, energy, however you might see that, and ask yourself. You can look at the results of the output of your energy, right? This is kind of like an evaluating. And is it paying off? Or is it taking too much? Or, right, like if I'm putting all of this in here, then I don't have the energy, I don't have the time, I don't have the money to take care of these other areas. And these other areas might be what is needed in order to get you closer to your goal. So this is just like a restructuring. This is just a tidying up. This is making sure that you are giving what's appropriate for the situation that you are in. I am getting a little ping, especially with, like the lovers being there. Look at your relationships too. Is what you're giving what is needed at this stage, whether it be too much or not enough? That's a good way to frame this. For this stage of my goal, am I giving enough? Am I giving too much? Am I giving just enough? From the way that I am giving, is it producing the output that is supportive of what I am now and conducive to growing more? Am I working too hard? Am I working not enough? Am I working or moving? I prefer that. And that's more indicative because this is not about like a job. It might be, but in general, the energy, am I moving in a way that is allowing me to create the life I want to live? And if not, what needs to change? Am I tackling this in a manner that it will be fruitful? Or am I going through the motions? Because there's a part of it here of making sure that just intentionally a focusing of your energy and not, for lack of a better word, wasting your time. Okay, it's knowing what you can change and working to do that, and accepting what you cannot, but making sure that when you're accepting that it cannot, that is for real, right? It's a for real. Okay, I think that's the message. All right, y'all.